Brendan Schaub recently compared himself to the President of the United States because of the hate they both get. Now, Brendan, you can't possibly compare the hate you get off Reddit to what the President of the United States has to go through. That job is held for the leader of the free world, someone who has to look after the entire world. It's a never-ending job. You, on the other hand, are a failed UFC fighter turned into the worst comedian anyone has ever laid eyes on. Similar to Tito Ortiz, you can't even string a sentence together. I would rather get ridden by a fat girl than listen to you do another ad read. Every day, Brendan Schaub's YouTube numbers continue to decline, while channels created to dump on him continue to thrive. In this video, we will take a look at the fighter and the kid subreddit and some of the roasts made towards Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub recently did an Instagram live where he talked about how much he enjoys hecklers. It makes sense that he enjoys it, because without it he has no career. Let's listen in to what he had to say.
That's funny. Well, and seeing comedy now, seeing clips on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, we're living in a world, I call it, full of crowd work. How do you handle hecklers at your shows?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. It just depends, right? There's different hecklers where they'll make the show, where you get a big, light them up. It's also, as a heckler, it's weird to do. I talk for a living, so it's like, you know, I do whatever it is, 10 hours of podcasting. My podcast with Theo Vaughn was my sparring partner for years. Chris D'Elia, Callan, Rogan, all these monsters. So it's like my chops when it comes to that with the hecklers. It's like, how do you think this is going to go?
Yeah.
Like, I'm used to training with Theo Vaughn, trading jabs with Theo Vaughn. How do you think this is going to end for you? So, and then my feature is usually David Lucas, who's a professional roaster. So usually if there is a heckler, someone get a little frisky, that he'll obliterate them so bad, no one else is scared to talk.
Very, very funny, David Lucas, who actually is going to headline here with William Montgomery.
Okay, now this is hilarious. I'm sure Brendan actually hates hecklers, because 100% of them are better speakers than Brendan, and don't sound like they have a cock meat sandwich in their mouths. Brendan keeps talking about how Theo Vaughn was his sparring partner when they did King and the Sting. Brendan, you were not his sparring partner, you were simply a punching bag. You are Jake Paul, and Theo is Tyson Fury when it comes riffing and coming up with creative ways to insult each other. It's like a little league kid getting called up to the big leagues, or in Brendan's case, he is the Make-A-Wish kid. Here is the reality of the situation. Brendan found himself in a situation where he had plenty of comedian friends, and decided to jump on that wagon. But speaking of Theo Vaughn, he does hate you enough to move on from you. Brendan misspoke when he talked about Theo. He should have called him his former sparring partner, because Theo is on to bigger and better things and they do not involve Brendan Schaub. Anyways, if you like videos like this, please drop us a like and comment. If you hated the video, please give us a comment on why that is.